Hello, greetings, and good afternoon. So, I'm gonna talk about some things I used to do when I was very well, well into my adolescent years, into my 20s. I always used to keep a diary. I used to keep a diary, and that diary that I used to keep was for my eyes and my eyes only. So, and my sisters knew I kept a diary. My mom knew that I kept a diary. And sometimes, I'm not trying to be bringing stuff up, but my sisters used to come in my room and go in my drawer and get the diary and bring it to our mom, and they would read it together. I'm like this. I don't really have no one to vent to, so whenever I feel away, whenever I feel away, or however I'm feeling, if someone hurt my feelings, I used to write my feelings down because it really wasn't nobody in the family who I can vent to about people that pisses me off. Um, because everybody that I thought that I could probably talk to about my problems would have probably went back and told what I said to the other person. And that wouldn't have turned out good. But yeah, I used to keep a diary. And just like I come on here on my channel and I vent about things, I would write down stuff. Just, and it's a lot that was found out. Like the situation about this boyfriend I had, and I'll never forget, his name was Byron. And he's the one who got me to take X pills with him around the time I was like 25. He was already 30. I was just experimenting because I'm not a dope head or what have you. I don't really take drugs like that, so I was just doing something. And also, in the diary, my mom read that I did ecstasy with him, and also that he didn't want to take me home. I had made a video about that also. He didn't want to take me home on the day that I was all spazzed out and doped out on the X pills, because he was like, I'm not taking you home and your mom see you like that, and she might call the police and have me arrested, which his feeling was right, because he's the one who had got me hooked on the X pills. But anyways, yeah, my mom read that and she confronted me about it, and I had to let her know, yeah, I did do that. She told me that I couldn't see him anymore, which I think I was ready to like end things with him anyway, because it's things that he would do like that was disrespectful toward me. And that's another video for another day. But yeah, I wasn't the only one who kept diaries or kept things hidden that I would write if I wrote a boyfriend's from jail or something. Yeah, I was writing a dude And it was a dude who I used to date named Delaware. And I also found out that the letters that I would give to my mom, for her to mail it, put a stamp on it and mail it for me at the post office, those letters was also opened and looked at. But yeah, one day my mom had and I'm not about to say which one of my sisters, who she went in their room and found a letter and showed me. And I'm not gonna even go into the details about what was said in that letter, but I was shocked because I really honestly thought that I was the only one who she would do that way. And she would tell me, when I go and take your diary, or when I go and read something of y'all's that y'all have hidden in y'all dresser, I'm just a concerned mom. I'm not trying to be nosy in y'all's business. Now, when she told me this when I was around 25, I was like, okay, I understand why, But, deep down at that age, I didn't really like it. But back to what I was saying. So, she found this letter that one of my sisters had hidden in her dresser. And it had some, information in the letter. And I'm not finna go into all what it said, because both of my sisters have my YouTube channel, and I'm not trying to hurt their feelings like that. But yes, our mom found a letter in one of y'all's room, read it to me, and had me to read it. And I read some things and found out some things. It's just, I ain't gonna lie. Once my daughter get 20 or 18, I might be going through her things, trying to find out things too. I might be the same way that my mom was. But honestly, if one of my sisters knew what, me and my mom read, they would be very upset. But let's move on. But I'm just saying, it just really shocked me, because honestly, I always thought that I was the only one who was, people in the household was reading my diary. And even if I did, used to talk about people in the family in the diary that was for my eyes to see. But I was just shocked because, like I said, I could not understand at the time my mom had went into one of my sister's room and found a letter. And the letter had some information in it. And I'm not going to repeat what all I read, but I digress. But yeah, I remember a lot of things that used to happen back in the day when my mom was living. I also remember, let me try to tell this story without, now maybe I shouldn't tell that story. It's just so many things that I can remember from back then, and so many things that I can bring up. I know one of the things that I remember from back in the day is when when my grandma was living, and that was when my mom had just passed. My mom had just passed, and we were living over there with my grandma. And somebody in the family used to come over every weekend. And I used to get so tired of seeing this person come over. Like, I didn't really see any need for them to come over because I was already there. Not only there because I wanted to live with her until me and my sisters got our own apartment, but because of the fact that I used to go to the mailbox for my grandma. I used to take out her trash. I used to clean up for her. I used to go to the store and make groceries for her. I used to do all those things. And it really was no need for that person to be like always over there. Like coming out, and then they act like they're coming over there because they're trying to help my grandma, but they were really over there trying to annoy me. So I used to just get the stroller out and get my baby dressed, and me and my child would leave because I wasn't about to sit there and look at that person in the face. It just was no need for me to it just wasn't any need for them to be over there all the time like that every weekend. It was unnecessary for them to come over there. Are they coming over there with a big plate of food? Meanwhile, they looking at me, calling me fat, telling me that I need to walk faster and maybe I'll lose some weight. But they're sitting up here eating a baked potato and a plate of barbecue ribs, and they're fat their own self. And like, imagine that. Look in the mirror at yourself before you start judging other people. But yeah, I'm venting about this was a story time / event, because I remember that as if it was yesterday how my mom, R.I.P., rest in peace, how she used to always be reading my diary when I didn't know. My sisters would be reading it with her, but my sisters did not have any idea that it is a letter that they wrote, and that was found by my mom. My mom brought it to me, and we read it together, and some things were found out, but I'm not gonna go there. It is not my intent to try and embarrass people. That's why when I say story times, I make up names, or I just say someone in the family, because people cannot take it when you say things about them. If it's the truth, it's the truth. If it's the truth, it's the truth. And I remember this as if it were yesterday. I remember a lot of things about my mom from back in the day as if it were yesterday. But I specifically remember this when she showed me this letter that was found in one of my sister's rooms in their drawer. But I'm going to end this video now because I've out and about, ripping and running and outside embracing the sun. Now I'm about to take a nap. And I might be back later on with another video for y'all. But until then, y'all stay blessed.